Stop everything you're doing. What you're about to discover has been hidden in plain sight for centuries. 3 words, just 3 simple words that when spoken from the right state of consciousness, dissolve every obstacle between you and your desires. This is not another promise. This is not another technique to add to your collection. This is the moment where everything changes. Because once you understand what these 3 words actually do to the fabric of reality, you cannot go back to your old way of living. You've been searching outside yourself for permission. Permission to be wealthy. Permission to be loved. Permission to be free. But what if I told you that permission was never needed? What if the only thing standing between you and everything you desire is your own assumption about what's possible? Tonight, you cross a threshold. Not because I say so, but because something in you is ready. You wouldn't be here otherwise. The very fact that you found this message means your consciousness is prepared for what comes next. For your entire life, you've been living in a prison and the bars are made of one substance: time. You've been taught to wait, to be patient, to work harder and longer, until someday arrives. But here's what they never told you. Someday is a lie. Tomorrow is an illusion. The future is a mental construct that keeps you forever reaching, forever hoping, forever separate from what you desire. Neville Goddard saw through this deception. He understood that all of creation exists right now, in this moment, waiting to be selected by consciousness. Not earned, not deserved. Selected. Think about your desires right now. That relationship you want, it exists now. That financial freedom, it exists now. That perfect health, it exists now. They're not waiting in some distant future. They're here, in a state of consciousness you haven't yet occupied. Every time you say, I will be, you push your desire away. Every time you say, someday, you lock it behind the bars of time. But what if there were 3 words that could shatter those bars instantly? There are. And they're simpler than you could ever imagine. Before I reveal these 3 words, you need to understand their power. Words are not just sounds. They are declarations of identity. When you speak, you're not describing reality. You're selecting it. The ancient mystics knew this. They understood that the word and the world are one. What you declare within becomes your without. Not eventually, not through some long process. Immediately, in consciousness, which then externalizes as your experience. But most people speak from lack. They say, I need, I want, I hope, I wish. And with every such declaration, they cement their position as the one who doesn't have. The universe can only echo back what you declare yourself to be. This is why affirmations often fail. Because people repeat beautiful words while feeling like liars. They say, I am wealthy, while their entire being screams, no, I'm not. The feeling always wins. The state of consciousness always manifests. But these 3 words are different. They don't fight against your current reality. They don't require you to lie to yourself. They simply shift your position in consciousness so profoundly that reality must rearrange itself to match. The 3 words are, it is done. Not, it will be done. Not, I'm working on it. Not, it's coming. It is done. When you speak these words from the depths of your being, you declare that the work is finished. The desire is already fulfilled. The prayer is already answered. You step out of the dimension of becoming and into the dimension of being. This is what Neville meant when he spoke of living from the end. You don't wait for evidence. You don't look for signs. You simply know with every cell of your being, it is done. The moment you truly embody this, everything changes. The anxiety dissolves. The desperation evaporates. The neediness disappears. Because how can you need what you already have? How can you chase what is already yours? But here's the crucial part. These words must be felt, not just spoken. You must feel the relief of completion. You must feel the satisfaction of fulfillment. You must feel the peace of knowing it is already accomplished. Close your eyes right now. Think of your deepest desire. Now, instead of wanting it, feel what you would feel if someone just told you it's already been taken care of. Feel that exhale of relief. Feel that weight lifting off your shoulders. Feel that subtle smile of knowing. That feeling is the secret. That feeling is the power. That feeling is what shifts you from one state of consciousness to another. When you can hold that feeling, when you can rest in that knowing, when you can whisper, "It is done," and mean it from the depths of your soul, that's when the magic happens. That's when reality begins to bend. That's when the impossible becomes inevitable. From this moment forward, you have a choice. You can continue to live in the world of process, of waiting, of hoping, or you can step into the world of completion, where everything you desire is already accomplished in consciousness. This doesn't mean you stop taking action. It means your actions flow from a different place. Instead of acting to make something happen, you act from knowing it has already happened. Instead of desperate doing, there's inspired movement. Instead of forcing, there's allowing. When you truly know it is done, you move through life differently. You make decisions from abundance, not lack. You speak from confidence, not hope. You give freely because you know the well never runs dry. People will sense something different about you. They won't be able to name it, but they'll feel it. The person who knows it is done carries a different frequency. They're not reaching, they're not straining. They're simply being what they already are. Tonight, before you sleep, I want you to do something specific. Choose one desire, just one. See it clearly in your mind, then feel it as already accomplished. Don't visualize the process. Don't imagine the journey. Go straight to the end. Feel the satisfaction of completion. Feel the gratitude of fulfillment. And then, from that feeling, whisper those three words. It is done. Say them slowly. Say them with reverence. Say them with the authority of someone who knows that their word is law in their universe. Because it is. Then let go. Don't wonder when. Don't wonder how. Simply rest in the knowing that it is already accomplished in the only place that matters, consciousness. But I must warn you, once you experience the power of these three words, once you see how quickly reality responds to your shifted consciousness, you will never be the same. You will never again be able to blame circumstances. You will never again be able to play victim. You will know, beyond any doubt, that you are the author of your experience. This responsibility frightens many people. It's easier to blame the economy, other people, bad luck. But for those brave enough to accept their power, for those ready to step into their role as conscious creators, these three words become the key to everything. You came here seeking something, perhaps money, perhaps love, perhaps healing. But what you're really receiving is far greater. You're discovering that you are the operant power in your universe. You are the one who decides what is done and what is not done. From this moment forward, catch yourself every time you slip into becoming language. Every time you say, I will, I want, I hope. Stop. Return to the end. Return to completion. Return to those three words. It is done. Make this your practice. Make this your way of being. Not as a technique, but as a recognition of how reality actually works. You select states of consciousness, and those states externalize as your world. Each morning when you wake, before the world rushes in with its demands and limitations, take a moment. Feel your desires as already fulfilled. Whisper, It is done. Start your day from completion, not from lack. Throughout the day, when challenges arise, when doubts creep in, when the old story tries to reassert itself, return to those 3 words. Not as an affirmation to convince yourself, but as a reminder of what you've already accepted as true in consciousness. And each night, as you drift into sleep, let those 3 words be your lullaby. It is done. Let them carry you into dreams where you live in the reality of fulfilled desires. Because what you assume in that drowsy state impresses itself upon the subconscious with incredible power. You are no longer the one who waits. You are the one who knows. You are no longer the one who hopes. You are the one who has. You are no longer the one who wishes. You are the one who declares. This is not arrogance. This is not delusion. This is the recognition of your true nature. You are consciousness itself, selecting experiences from the infinite field of possibilities that exist right now. When you say it is done, you're not lying. You're not pretending. You're stating a fact about consciousness. In consciousness, all things are already complete. You're simply choosing which completion to experience. Now, you stand at a crossroads. You can close this message and return to your old way of being. You can file this away as interesting information, or you can accept the invitation to step into your power. If you choose the latter, if you're ready to live from completion rather than lack, then make a commitment right now. Commit to spending the next 7 days living from "it is done," not as an experiment, but as a recognition of truth. Watch what happens. Watch how reality begins to shift. Watch how opportunities appear. Watch how solutions arise. Watch how the very thing you declared as done begins to manifest in ways you couldn't have imagined. But more importantly, watch how you change. Watch how peace replaces anxiety. Watch how knowing replaces hoping. Watch how being replaces becoming. If you're ready to make this shift, if you're ready to step into the consciousness of completion, then repeat these words with me now, not as a plea, but as a declaration. I recognize that I am the operant power in my universe. I recognize that my consciousness is the only cause. I recognize that what I accept as true within must manifest without. And so, for every desire that arises within me, I declare with complete authority, it is done. Feel the power of that declaration. Feel the shift in your being. Feel the movement from wanting to having, from hoping to knowing, from becoming to being. This is not the end, it's the beginning. You now carry within you a key that unlocks every door. 3 simple words that, when spoken from the state of completion, dissolve every obstacle and manifest every desire. Use them wisely. Use them with reverence. Use them knowing that you are not manipulating reality. You are selecting from realities that already exist. Welcome to your new life. Welcome to the consciousness of completion. Welcome to the truth that has always been waiting for you to discover. It is done. And so it is.